Bonnie,
Yes,
her episode because I did want to talk about it, but you were very involved in that episode. You were infected during the episode
I
that
know.
Bonnie was
I
on.
know. I figured
And
out.
you actually called them. I had to watch the episode again the other day,
Yeah,
just to make sure I refreshed. You called them cybernetic creatures. That the character, Dr. Phlox, didn't mention them as Borg, the enemy.
yes.
They go back and, the reason they're there is because they went back in time and it was in the movie. But technically, timeline wise, this is the first interaction the Borg have with Starfleet. Nobody knows what's going on.
Yes, and I think that was sort of a love-hate episode. There were people who
Mhm.
thought we jumped the shark, that we had no business meeting the Borg, and how could
Right.
this be, and why wasn't there any record left? And that would have been my thought.
Yep.
It's like we should have made a few notes. I apparently can cure Borgism. You'd think I would have written
Right.
that down. It's like, yeah, you got big dose of radiation,
They
and you
forgot about it.
yeah.
They forgot about that.
Um, but my favorite part of the episode was yes, my wife played a Borg. She was
How'd that
the
happen? Were you guys married at the time?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And another illustration of it wasn't Rick and Brandon knew that Bonnie
Mhm.
was my wife. She came in, she auditioned. They did not allude to the fact that they knew Bonnie or that they knew
Right.
she was my wife when she
But they
auditioned,
did.
but they did cast her. But
No,
she
no, they did know that.
they knew. Oh yeah,
Okay.
we've been to parties.
They
They knew.
pretended.
They knew. They knew. Bonnie came home and said they didn't say anything. They didn't say hi. They didn't say how you doing. It was like I was a stranger. That's,
John, what's going on down there?
That's
You don't even
just
know who
how
your
they
husband is?
are. That's just how they are. They're people, and I get it. Anyway, so she yes, she gets that job, and I definitely made it a point to go onto the set the day she was killed. Uh,
Hmm.
you have to watch that. Uh,
Hmm.
the
Gotta
little
get your wife. You gotta watch your wife getting shot by a phaser if
yeah, little Borg
why
goes
be
flying.
married.
She didn't know I was on the set, so she gets phased, and they've rigged her, and she flies through the air, and so I was behind the camera. I said, "I think we're gonna need another one." Like she was like, "Is that my husband?" She's
She
what?
was just some sort of scientist who is in the Arctic and suddenly
I
gets
know.
warped.
Suddenly she's Borg. I sign. We go to the conventions and we have a picture of her dressed up as a Borg and me kind of hugging her, and we sign at the Borgingsleys.
That's great. Now Bonnie will be here in Long Island, right?
She will
She's
be
gonna be at
here.
the con.
She's at the con.
Did she ever tell you what it was like to be playing a Borg? Was that something that this you
Well,
guys?
the only thing she
I
did
mean, over
not.
the years, I'm sure you've heard her talk about it,
Oh yeah. Oh
at
yeah.
the
Yeah. Yeah.
cons
Yeah.
and stuff.
Yeah. Oh no. I know it.
It's
I
a
know.
terrifying Hall of Fame to be a part of as a Star Trek fan. It's one the Borg are probably some of the most iconic villains,
Yeah,
not only
absolutely. Now
in science fiction, but
she didn't get to
yeah,
do anything particularly villainous. So she was Borgified. They beam onto the ship,
yeah,
and she gets killed.
she
So
gets killed.
she didn't, unfortunately, I was saying, if only you lived long enough to do something awful, but you didn't. Was one of our supernumeraries who did a lot of his stand-in work, Louis. I can't remember Louis's last name. He'd been a Borg a lot because
Okay.
he went back previous iterations of the show. So he gave her Borg lessons. Here's how Borgs
Oh,
walk. Here's how Borgs, blah 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 blah.
right. They walk this way.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, no,
And she was definitely the littlest Borg, so that's what she called herself, the littlest Borg.
the smallest Borg.